Hey, welcome back to Better Done Yourself. Today on Better Done Yourself, I'm going to take a look at a really cool product I just got from my friends over at Nourished Essentials. They sent me their new product called My Mason Makes. And My Mason Makes is a whole line of products. It's really neat. They're all interchangeable and can do some great things like fermenting vegetables, which you know I like to do. And, well, we'll look at some of the other things in a minute, but I want to get started on what I've got here is their mason jar fermenting kit. And it basically comes with everything that you see here is a bunch of lids that fit right on top of mason jars. And, you know, as you know, jars are jars. You can use a Kilner jar, right? I love Kilner. And, you know, so you can use your Kilner jars, you can use mason jars, ball jars, different sizes of jars. You know, a wide mouth jar is a wide mouth jar. But what makes this kit unique is they can attach the little handle here and give you a little pour container. So maybe you're making beet kvass and you want to pour out your kvass as you're ready to drink it. So you can add a little strainer cap inside of here, the strainer, stick that down inside your lid, and then suddenly you've got a little strainer lid. Keeps all the beets inside, and you can pour your kvass out and then have a little cap to keep it fresh in the fridge. Cool. Cooler yet, instead of using the storage cap, you can use a fermenting cap. What does that do? So you make your kvass, you know, a little bit of brine and your beets in here, and then, you know, sometimes you make kvass and you get some mold on top because there's oxygen in the jar. Where the kvass interfaces with the oxygen, you're gonna get mold, you're gonna get some discoloration. So what do you use? The oxygen extractor, which is included with the My Mason Makes kit. Stick that right on here, and you can pump out the oxygen. So you won't have that kind of a little mold problem. Suck the oxygen out, and then stick this away to ferment for a couple of days and make your whatever you're making. Cool thing. So then when you're ready to drink it, pop that off and pour it out. Pour out your kvass into a glass. Very cool. So maybe you're not fermenting. Maybe you just want to store, you know, you just got your new goji berries home from the store, stick them in a jar. You can use these for long-term storage. Put your goji berries in a wide mouth jar, grab your oxygen extractor, and it really takes probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 pumps. And these are sealed in a vacuum. These are going to keep a lot longer. You're going to get your money back buying this kit. If your goji berries and your expensive things that you're storing in your cabinet, if you've got a way to vacuum seal them on a regular basis, these are going to last a lot longer than the ones that are just sitting in an old plastic bag. So, and you can hear it really does make a vacuum seal. Now, where have you seen this before? You're right, good eye. The oxygen extractor we used in the Nourished Essentials Easy Fermenter Kit. Click the link and you can check out that video. But what is that? That was the Easy Fermenter Kit, which was kind of along the same lines. They did a real nice heavy-duty, high-quality plastic lid with the little seal in the middle, and the same oxygen extractor fit right down into the middle of the jar lid, and you could suck the, wow, that's sealed for a long time. This has been sitting in my fridge, I just grabbed it out. So what's with the oxygen extractor? Why is it a good thing? Well, think about how we've been doing our videos. We've been doing, you know, you basically make your coleslaw here, cover it with brine, and then weight it down with a plastic bag, or maybe you're doing like a fermentation weight from Nourished Essentials where you can take that and, you know, put that down inside the jar, and we're trying to keep the ferment out of the oxygen. And with the oxygen extractor, you don't need to worry about that because you can literally, you know, make your ferment, stick the oxygen extractor on there, suck the oxygen out of it, and you don't have to worry about what is floating in there. Or sometimes I put a lot of herbs and stuff, and the herbs kind of float up, or the peppercorns or something like that, and they get moldy. This thing solves that problem. You know, whether or not you're using the Easy Fermenter Kit, or you've gone ahead with the My Mason Makes, the new product, and you've got these lids, you can suck the air out of there and you don't have that problem. You don't have the problem with the oxygen molding things, oxidizing things. Maybe you made your sauerkraut and you get that like dark, the top inch of it's kind of like dark colored and literally oxidized. It's, you know, turning brown. It's edible, obviously, but it just doesn't look good. You're not going to have that problem if you use the oxygen extractor with one of the My Mason Makes products. Here, just for fun, let's make something. Let's do a real quick ferment in one of these jars here. One thing I like about the buying these kits and getting these kits in the mail is they always come with a little cookbook. And I never really gave them much thought, but then I started looking through this one, and there's some great recipes in here. There's they talk about, they give you full color cookbook and instructions, and a lot of neat ideas for making some things that I hadn't really thought of making. I thought what I'd like to make today is zucchini kraut, which is sauerkraut like you've seen me make 100 times probably, but instead of making it with cabbage, we're gonna make it with some zucchini. All right, so let's see, what do we need? A couple of large zucchinis, 2 tablespoons of sea salt, and a quart wide mouth mason jar. Grate the zucchini. All right, looks like we've got everything. That was easy. Let's just go ahead and grate these real quick. So we've got our veg, add our salt, give that a quick stir. Now, as you know, zucchini is a little softer than cabbage. I don't feel compelled to really crush this. I'm just giving it a quick toss and get that salt mixed in. And then, of course, just pack it into your mason jar. Now, again, this is simple stuff. We don't need to worry about sterilizing the jars. We're not canning this, we're fermenting it. Fermenting is a super safe way of preserving vegetables. We don't need to worry about all the perils that our grandmothers used to tell us about canning vegetables and, you know, not sterilizing everything and you know, putting the vegetables in and making sure that they were boiling for hours on end. I just like to keep it simple. I mean, I do some fresh vegetables where I know the farmer that I bought them from, and I've got, you know, just veg in a jar. Beautiful thing about the My Mason Makes fermenting kit is you can put this lid on, and now I used to have to worry about all that, you know, making sure that I got brine filled up with this, and because I was trying to keep it out of the air, I'll put the lid on, fermentation cap, the oxygen extractor, and it very quickly evacuates the jar, and I'm not sucking anything out of this jar. That's a vacuum. Now I've got nothing in this jar. I don't have to worry about mold forming in this jar. In 5 to 7 days, I'm gonna have some delicious zucchini kraut, and I don't have to worry about mold. And people ask me, well, how long do you let it ferment? How do I know when mine is done? You taste it. That's all you need to do. Break the seal, take the lid off, and give it a taste. See how it tastes. If you like it, you're done. Go ahead and put the lid on, put one of the storage caps on, not the fermenting cap, but a storage cap, and stick this in your fridge. You can eat it whenever you like. If you taste it and it tastes, oh gee, it tastes kind of like salty zucchini. It's not done yet. All right, well, so no harm, no foul. Put the fermenting cap back on, take your oxygen extractor to it, a few short pumps. You can tell when you're not getting any air out. There's a little hole here, and it's like blowing air on me. It just stops after about 4 strokes. And let this sit on the counter. Maybe, you know, if you got sunshine coming into your kitchen where it's real bright, you want to keep this someplace kind of dark. Sunlight is antiseptic. Sunlight does kill bacteria. That's why your mom told you to go out and play outside once in a while. But this is ready to go. I'm gonna let this sit, and we can enjoy some zucchini kraut in a couple of days. So what do you get with the My Mason Makes fermenting kit? Everything that you see here. You get 4 of the wide mouth mason jar lids. You get a handle that attaches to any one of them. You get the regular storage type caps that screw on, and 4 of the fermenting lids with the oxygen extractor nozzle that interfaces with the oxygen extractor. And then you get 2 different straining lids. You get a real fine mesh one, maybe like for water kefir, or, you know, if there's something that you're straining that you don't want to get any of the actual particulate matter, you know, the pulp, in your final beverage. You use the fine screen. Maybe you want to get a little bit of texture in your drink. You can use the coarser screen. These holes are probably 3 millimeters across, as opposed to these that are basically a little bit bigger than a pinhole. And this is a great kit. I mean, you can use these lids on any size jar. I mean, if you're going up like with, this is a half-gallon jar, and you want to go ahead and maybe make a big batch of beet kvass, and go ahead and make it in a big jar. So you can see where the handle comes in nice, where you can do a pour with, you know, something like a big jar. This would be kind of unwieldy to work with, but if you've got the My Mason Makes kit with the handle, you've got that covered. I said earlier in the video that the My Mason Makes product line is modular, that the different pieces fit together to make different things. Another thing you can make is cold brew. This is an awesome setup. The My Mason Makes cold brew kit comes with this really nice heavy-duty steel thermal bottle and a little coffee filter deal, and pour spout, and the lids we were just looking at, another handle. So basically what you can do is fill this with coffee, fill this with water, and well, here, let me show you. Let's make some coffee. I've got everything here. We can do, instructions say, start out with about 3/4 of a cup of your favorite brand of coffee. So we'll do, these are quarters, 3/4 of a cup. Once you've got your coffee measured out, go ahead and attach that to one of the bottom of the jar lids. Attach the jar lid to the thermal bottle. And then you can go ahead and just fill this up with water. And just like making cold brew, you want to let the grounds saturate with water. So give this a minute to let the water get in there. And then you'll want to kind of play with this. Again, it's all personal preference, how much water you use, how much grounds you use. But I like to just let it fill up. I'll fill it probably twice. You know, let the water come up. I can see it down in there. Let the grounds hydrate, and then go ahead and top this up. Put a cap on it, and we can just go ahead and stash this in the fridge. All right, so here, now this has been in the fridge overnight. At this point, you can go ahead and just take out the coffee filter with the coffee in it, right? Put the lid back on. Take the brewing cap off and install a pour spout. And what do you have? A nice thermos full of delicious cold brew. How easy is that? That is awesome. Couldn't have made that any better myself. Oh no, wait. And I mean, the nice thing about this is that you made it in the thermal bottle, so, you know, the thermal bottle's already cold, the coffee's cold, everything's cold. You can take this to go. I mean, if this doesn't fit your lifestyle, you can just do it this way. And, you know, of course you can just pour it right out of the thermal bottle this way. If you want to be a little fancy and you like the little pour spout, then go ahead and take the pour spout with you. Or put the handle on it. It's really up to you. That's the nice thing about My Mason Makes, is you can, you know, pick and choose the parts that you like, use the stuff that works for you. All right, hey, let's keep going. I could do this all day. Maybe you like the thermal bottle, you like the My Mason Makes modular kit, but you're not a big coffee hound and you want to get your hands on this bottle. How about the My Mason Makes thermal infuser, which is what we just looked at, the coffee maker, but instead of the microporous metal coffee strainer, we do something like a fruit infuser. So here we do the same thing we had, our thermal bottle, but instead of the metal basket, we do a plastic basket with big holes in it, a strainer here, and then this you can fill up with, oh, I don't know, maybe some nice orange slices. And then put the strainer cap on, just like before. Put that on the bottom of the lid, just like before. Fill this with ice cold water, and put this together, and here, you've got some nice cold orange infused water for the rest of the day. How about that? How cool is that? Okay, maybe you like your fruit infused water not real keen on shelling out any more moolah for the fancy thermal bottle, and you just want to, you know, like I said, you can put everything in mason jars. Maybe you just want to make your fruit-infused water in a canning jar. Then just buy the fruit infuser. You've already got this from your fermenting kit. Pick up just the fruit infuser, which gives you the fruit infuser basket and the little strainer cap, which you saw me put in here. So basically, if you want to buy the fruit infuser kit, because you've already got the jar lids and everything, and you just want this piece and this piece, go ahead and buy the fruit infuser kit. Awesome. This looks good. I'm gonna drink this later. This is going in the fridge. Okay, maybe you really like these modular lids with the little strainers and the handle, and not really too big on the whole oxygen extractor thing or the coffee brewing. That's fine. My Mason Makes has got you covered. Maybe you're doing a ferment and you just need some extra caps because you're going through these caps like crazy. Then go ahead and pick up the multi-purpose mason jar lids kit. In which case you get four more of the lids. You get the little pour spout guy, which is, of course, interchangeable with just the storage caps, and you can put that on there. They give you a handle, and they give you two of those cool strainers, the fine strainer and the coarse mesh one. Maybe you're doing fermentation. You're used to using the fermentation weights, and you just want to get some of these cool lids. Hey, this is the kit for you. And that's Nourished Essentials. I mean, they make a great bunch of stuff, starting with their original Easy Fermenter kit, moving on to their new My Mason Makes product line, which, like I said, is modular. You can do just some caps, you can do the fermentation kit, you can get into the fruit infuser, or do one of the thermal bottles, either the coffee or the fruit infuser. And I think you'll be really happy with this stuff. I've been having a lot of fun playing with these products, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment down below as usual. If you want to buy any of these stuff, I've got an affiliate link down below, and you can grab anything. The affiliate link will take you right out to the NourishedEssentials.com website. But I think you'll be super happy with it. I recommend all of it. But that's just me. Enjoy, you guys. I hope you found this informing. And as usual, like, click, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Bet It On Yourself next time.